Let's go to Danielle. Oh, in my arch nemesis town, College Station. What's up, Danielle?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Are you an Aggie?
I am not.
Danielle.
No.
Actually, I love Aggies. They're great too. I just went to I was in Lubbock, and so you know how that goes.
Yes.
How we doing?
I do. I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Rocking on to the break of dawn. What's up, Danielle? How can I help?
All right. So, in April of last year, I attempted suicide, and I was put in a mental facility for a couple of weeks or so. So the main thing I'm struggling with is I feel like I'm stuck in between two different people, like who I was and who I'm trying to become. I've got two best friends, one particular that I've had for over 25 years. And ever since this happened, I just feel like no connection. You know, it's like the friendship and everything is stuck in the past, and there's no way to move forward. We barely text, a couple of sentences here and there. One of them is actually the one that found me that day.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do to move forward, and I also feel like I'm pushing them away as well. I just feel really, really stuck, and I don't feel any connection whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that let me say this. I'm glad that you're with us.
Thank you.
Are you glad that you're with us?
Yeah, I am most days. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll take most days today. But I'm glad that you're with us on all days. College Station needs you, is what I'm saying. So as you were describing this just at the very beginning, like, I feel like I'm stuck between who I was and who I want to become. The first, like, that's poetically stated. Like, that's such a beautiful way to state that. And right when you said that, the first thing I thought was, this is going to be about the friends of the past and loneliness into the future, right? Because often who we are is our culture. It's the people we spend time with. It's the things we do, the things we think are funny. And now we're transitioning to, here's who I want to become. And then our friends don't always go with us. And that's hard.
Right.
So I want to give you some peace and let you know that you're in an exercise program and you are right in the middle of it, where you feel good about going to the gym. And these pictures that you put on your fridge, on your manifest board or whatever, you don't quite have giant muscles like that, but you're on the way, and right now you're just tired. And it doesn't feel good anymore. It's just boring to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym every day. That's where you are in terms of this new life, right? So where you are is absolutely normal. I know that's both like, oh, good, and that's not good, right? I don't want it to be normal. Very, very common with friends who are walking alongside somebody who tries to die by suicide. There's trauma involved there, especially like you said, your friend found you. What did she find? How'd you try to take your life?
Alcohol and drugs.
Okay. So did she find you passed out somewhere?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I can tell you, I've been in that situation where I walk in a place where someone has taken a whole lot of pills and drank a lot to where they're unresponsive. And I do this, I did it for a living, where I'd go in people's houses, and it's scary. A couple of those are lodged into my head forever. And I wasn't best friends with them, okay? So I tell you that to tell you this. There's just an awkward, like, she saw some stuff that scared her, and a lot of us don't have tools on how to enter back into relationships there.
Yeah, she definitely, she's the type that doesn't deal well with this kind of thing at all, just to begin with. Yeah.
Sure. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. You've got 25 years with this friend. Is this a friend that you value, that relationship? Like, you would love to see it not come back to the way it was, because it'll never be the way it was, but it could be so much better, right? So is this a relationship that you have interest in growing into the future? Or are you just coming to terms with it's kind of played itself out?
No, I mean, she's like a sister. Okay. My 8-year-old daughter, considers them family. Okay. Or we've always been. She watched my daughter while I was in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Because
beautiful.
my husband was, just so taken back and could barely keep himself together. She helped out with that.
Okay. You may have already done this, but here's what I would do if I was you. This is the best advice I can give you, just what I would do. I would take my friend out and go get coffee or go get breakfast, or I might save my money and go get a nice meal.
Mm-hmm.
And at the meal say, hey, I was ready to not be here anymore. I was ready for the pain to stop, and you saved my life. And I also, because of me, you saw some really hard things, and I'm sorry. And I'm so glad you were there to help me. And I love you and I value our friendship. And I've noticed that we're just disconnected. I want to invite you back into my heart and into my life. I will never do that again. But I also know there's going to be some friendship healing there. And I'd love to do that with you.
All right. Okay.
Here's what this does. Number one, it lets her know that you know that she saw some hard things. You scared her, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she saw some hard things, and she had to see some things and do some things that she never dreamed she was going to have to do. So by you calling that out, it kind of clears the air, right? Like, I know that you know that I know that you know, right? And then the second is telling her, I love you, and I know that now things are awkward. So I'm just addressing the elephant in the room. There's a huge elephant in this room. And then the third thing is, I'm willing to build something beautiful with you moving forward if you are. Here's the scary part of that last one. She may say no.
Yeah.
And
I had a like a 1 year celebration type thing just for staying sober and everything. And she was the only one that didn't show up.
Yeah. I would not take that personal. Okay.
Okay.
That wasn't about you. That was about her. Okay. And as a part of recovery from addiction is you can control what you can control, which are your thoughts and your actions, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to choose to not take personal what other people do to keep themselves well and to keep themselves safe. And so for whatever reason, she felt like, I won't be okay if I go. So I'm going to stay here.
All right.
And man, what a great friend that, loves herself, is self-aware enough to not come blow your party up and your celebration up with the things she's struggling with, right?
Yeah, true.
Pretty cool. And you could take that as she loved you so much that she wasn't going to do that for your party. But it wouldn't surprise me if she still has pictures of you in her head, crashed out on the floor and not responsive, and her screaming and her trying to get you to wake up, like, and the flashing lights, all those things. I've been there and I've seen it, and it's a lot. And so it's just honoring that, oh yeah, she's been through hell. And thank God she did, because she saved my life. And I'm just gonna put that out on the table. I'm gonna tell my friend I miss her. And she might look at you and say, I just can't. I can't get back to where we were. I feel like you violated our friendship. You didn't call me, like whatever. And she gets to do that. And my guess is she'll heal over time. But I think you having that conversation is going to be really important.
Okay.
I think it'll be a gift to you and it'll be a gift to her, because at least you won't be in limbo anymore. Right? You'll know.
Right. Yeah.
You'll know.
That's what it feels like. And I've talked to her a little bit about it. She can't really talk about it. She just says, it was hard, and then that's it. Like, she just is done with the conversation, which I totally get.
Sure.
But I just feel like it's just always there. Like, it's just always hovering, and I don't drink anymore, obviously. And she does, and I just feel like, are we ever going to reach that point where we can be friends and not have this past, but only see like the future, and not, feel like, man, if we were drinking, this would be so much easier type thing.
Right. Hey, let's call it out. It would be
so hard.
If y'all both had a few drinks, y'all could get to the core issue real fast, right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. That's the importance of, going back to what I told earlier, that's the importance of you setting this on the table first.
Right.
And when but when we enter into hard conversations and we ask the other person, like, why don't you tell me you're not talking to me? We're making it all on them.
Mhm.
And so there's something about you sitting down and saying, hey, you saw me sprawled out on the floor. And I can only imagine that those ambulance lights are burned into your brain. And you picking me up and me just being limp there and you wondering if I was dead and you trying to find the phone. Like, put a couple of details out there
Yeah.
and let her know that you know that what she experienced was really hard. And let her know that you love her.
Right.
And it may just be time to take a break and you'll grieve that and you'll mourn it, but also you'll also be grateful for the 25 years y'all had together.
Right.
And by the way, let's take the suicide attempt off the table. Very, very common when somebody goes through someone goes through recovery and gets sober, that they lose their friends. Because there's a lot of us that can't, not a lot of us, but a lot of folks who cannot manage social situations without alcohol.
Yeah.
And they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
And
I feel that.
your sobriety is a challenge to the way they have to get through their day, they feel like.
Yeah.
But do you see how that's their issue, not yours?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I know it's easier said than felt, right? Like I can say it all like, yeah, it's your problem, but it hurts.
Mhm.
Tell me about this little baby girl of yours.
She's she'll be 9 years old this year.
Yeah.
She's the light of my life, of course.
She's beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely. And my husband, those two are the reason I get up every day for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a few things, and I want you to hear me really, really carefully. Okay.
Mhm.
You are the reason they get up every day.
Yeah.
And that means you're worth being loved. And you are loved by two of your favorite people in the world. The one person that's struggling to love Danielle right now is Danielle.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a brick, and I want you to put a piece of masking tape or duct tape on it and write the first 6 years. Just write the first 6 years on it. And I want you to carry it around for a little bit. Because here's my guess. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
That now that you're sober, you just celebrated a year recovery?
April was a year. I mean, and honestly, I count it, but I don't count it because I'm on medication too.
Oh,
for the
sister,
alcohol.
count it. I'm counting it. You don't have to count it. I'm counting it. Medication doesn't count, goofball. Yes, count it. Good grief. Count it. But I want you to carry a brick that says the first 6 years, because my guess is now that you're sober, you look back at the first 6, 7 years of that little girl's life and you beat yourself up mercilessly.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yep.
Stop. Okay? I want you to carry that brick around for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then I want you to go set it somewhere in the corner of your backyard and never pick it up again. Okay? Because the greatest gift you can give there's a period at the end of that sentence. It happened. What that little 9-year-old ray of light is looking for is mama. And she sees her every morning. Right?
Right. Yeah.
And she's saying, hey, mom, let's go forward. Let's go this way. Same with husband, too. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You like that guy, too?
Oh, yeah. I love him more than anything. Yeah.
Does he have a mustache?
He's got a beard.
Okay, that's fantastic. I support that. I don't know about these mustache guys that are coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. It's going to be a season getting a new community, okay? And it's going to be super important for you to continue to remind yourself that other people's decision to not join you in an event, in a thing, that's their choice, not yours.
Okay.
That's their challenges, not yours, okay? They get to make that choice. And it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. And that's okay.
Okay.
Like, of all the brave people I talk to on a regular basis on this show, you're at the very tip top. because what you've done is real, real hard.
Yeah.
And you've got strength that very, very few people have. And I want you to know it's an honor to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
With all of your old friends, you know there's some that I need to be done with. I don't need to be in a relationship with them. And when you get lonely, it's
Right.
easy to call them back, right? So we're staying away from them. Are you still seeing a counselor? I guess you're still taking meds. So are you still seeing somebody?
I'm still on meds. I have a counselor, but I haven't seen her since probably February or January.
Okay.
I just kind of stopped going.
Yeah, let's reach back out. Here's what y'all going to practice. You're going to practice making new friends, because that's hard and it's miserable and it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I know, but you have to. You have to. And
Yeah.
I think you do want to. You don't want to get rejected, and you want to go through all the awkward and weird, and one day you're going to have to explain, yeah, I am in rehab, whatever. Just wear it.
Do I have to do that, though? I think that's what I'm afraid of with meeting people. Like, do I need to tell them my past? I feel like I do, but
I mean, not like, hi, my name's Danielle. I used to be an addict. Not like that.
No, yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like this is such a huge part of me. Like, I want it to go away, but at the same time, I don't, because it reminds me, And I don't know if that's the right way to feel about it or not.
You're wearing this as an identity. You're wearing your shame as an identity.
I feel like it identifies who I am.
It doesn't. What identifies you as who you are is the joy you bring into a room and the hugs you give that little 9-year-old girl and that scruffy, bearded husband of yours when he digs his face into your neck. And you go into whatever church there in College Station and just putting your head down and holding your hands up and saying, this is bigger than me. And going for a walk there in Texas when it's 1 billion degrees and saying,
oh, yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's your identity. You are not the worst thing you've ever done. You're not.
Will it ever stop feeling like it is?
It's hard, but when you stop calling yourself that.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to magically just quit. You've got to stop talking to yourself that way, and then you've got to live into a new identity. Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes sense. Here's
how it works. It's not, I'm a former addict who almost died by suicide because I needed the pain to stop. I needed to stop. That's you saying, this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Or, dude, I'm a mama who loves her kids and loves her husband. And the best way I can love my kid and my husband is by loving myself. And making sure I take care. I'm a person who takes care of my body. I'm a person who takes care of my head, my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person who has lots and lots of friends. The person who's got this cloud, it's like you're looking up and you see dark clouds.
Yeah, constantly.
But you don't realize that when everyone's looking at you, they just see a tiny little cloud over your tiny little head and it's raining just on you. Because the sun's out everywhere.
Well, yeah.
And when you choose a new identity, which is, no, there's sunshine out here. Hard stuff, man. Hard stuff. And you're still figuring out your brain chemistry and working through all those things. I'm proud of you for still taking your meds. Keep doing that.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't make it without them right now.
Hey, don't apologize for that. Like, that's not a step down. You're not a lesser person. You're not somehow weaker because of that. They'll tell you that crap on Instagram, but you're not. There's 1 billion people who have heart transplants that have to take anti-rejection medication for the rest of their lives. It keeps them alive. And it gives their kids a dad.
Yeah, that's true.
And it gives their moms, right? I mean, it gives them somebody to cheer for them at graduation because mom's still around.
Mm-hmm.
Take your meds with a smile on your face. You live in a sliver of history where they've created some paths forward for us that are pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
It's awesome. Congratulations. And my guess is over time, depending on what psychiatric challenges you're wrestling with, a new community, a community of people who love you, that you can be fully yourself lean into your new identities, dealing with some of the traumas from your past, and creating new memories for you and your husband and your kid and new ways of being, that your body will begin to heal much quicker than you think.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so stay on the line. I'm going to send you a copy of Own Your Past, Change Your Future. I want you to read it, and I want you to let me know what you think about it, okay? In fact, I'm going to send you 2. I want you to read them with your husband. Oh, you got it?
I have it, and
Okay.
I haven't been able to finish it. I read about halfway through, and I had to stop.
There you go. You know what the back half is, right? Is what do you do next?
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Is it cool?
Mm-hmm.
Will your husband read it with you?
Oh, yeah. If I ask him, he will.
Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to send you another one, and I want you all to read it together. And you can start over at the beginning and just make a breakfast date. Once a week or once a month, you're going to talk about the latest chapter you just read.
Okay.
And some of it y'all will disagree with. Like, that's not true. That's fine. But when you get to the, hey, this happened. This happened to me. And here's the other story. Struggling with addiction. You went through some stuff when you were younger, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've completely stopped thinking, and this has been several years. I completely stopped thinking when someone tells me that they're in recovery. Is like, I can't believe you did drugs. My thoughts are, wow, what happened that was, I can only imagine what happened that was so ugly and so hard that this was the best, this was the best path forward to you just so you could get up every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So those things happened, and we're going to feel them, and we're going to own them. They happened. And then we're going to ask ourselves the scariest question any of us can ever ask, which is, what do we do now?
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the cool part is that what do you do now is pretty simple. And the not cool part is, man, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I'm so, so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I don't lie on this show. I lie a lot in my personal life. Just kidding. I don't really. But I don't lie on the show. I'm proud of you. What you're doing is really strong. And my hope is next time we talk, you're going to say, I'm the reason I get up every morning. Because I love me. And I love being on the wake-up roll. And I love the sunshine outside. And it doesn't ever rain in Texas, but one day it might. And you can love the rain when it happens. And you're going to love your husband. And you're going to love that beautiful daughter of yours too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Right. Yes.
You're in it for the long haul?
I am. Yeah, definitely.
You're never going to hurt yourself again?
No.
Say it with confidence?
No, I'm not.
Good. If you're in it for the long haul, I am too. I'll walk with you any way you need over the next however long until they cancel the show. Okay? I'm proud of you. Holler at me if I can ever help with anything or walk through anything. Have your husband give me a shout if he ever wants to, okay? I'm proud of you. Proud of man, your husband sounds great. It's just amazing. It's amazing. I'm glad that you're with us. You, my sister Danielle from College Station, Texas, are not a burden. All of our lives are better because you're still here.